So the motivation of organizing this workshop was definitely how Berlin is changing or has been changing throughout the last 5-10 years. We can have the chance to see how these affections are happening, since many people also refer to Berlin as the new Silicon Valley. Do we want Berlin to change into such a clear for-profit economy? We are also attempting to understand the differences between innovation and art, also differences between being an artist and being an entrepreneur or creative entrepreneur. The fact that artists, they need to make money as any other person, this doesn't mean that art becomes business. I studied philosophy at the university, and then for several reasons I ended up working in the field of art. And my role, somehow I place a little bit in this oscillation between both disciplines or both practices, how to bring philosophy into arts, but also how to bring artistic practices into philosophy. An artist having access into a professional structure has been one of the main topics of my research. The way I take part on this workshop is double, is as a participant, but also as the one who is taking care that it works. The methodology is very simple. Every day we are doing the same practice. This practice is called the torpedo fish. I introduce every day with a different topic, meaning that I bring a diagram of different concepts interconnected that we will use as a playground. The practice consists on having a conversation, something that everyone knows how to do, with the difference that we are not simply discussing things. So the workshop is also trying to avoid these round tables of endless discussions. What we do with this practice of the torpedo fish is to scrutinize each other, meaning that the role that I play in front of you is to reflect or to mirror how you think and how you do things. So we have also this premise on the practice that we cheat to ourselves. We tell a story that is convenient, comfortable, and the torpedo fish attempts to help us to realize all these things that we don't want to see about ourselves, meaning what are our hidden motivations, why do we do what we do. I introduced this notion of harmful affection. What does it mean to affect somebody harmfully as a condition for the self-knowledge? So meaning that the only way you are going to learn something about yourself is when you are going to be affected harmfully. So it's not about becoming friends, it's about becoming eventually lovers in a metaphorical way of speaking. So there will be a waiting room where the audience will be waiting there to be called. And then once they are called, we will send them to different spaces, different rooms, to have a one-to-one interaction with us. And then they will return to the waiting room to wait again until they are called again. Everything is perfectly choreographed, so there is no spontaneity in how people travel through the building, because the waiting room is telling you where to go and when to go. Yeah, I think that, or at least I dare to say that we haven't learned what does it mean to exercise power with carefulness. That either we understand that to exercise power is about being mean, or judge the other person, or try to contradict the other person or to disagree with the other person. No, but the practice is actually saying, become a mirror. So you still are in power because you hold the mirror, but this doesn't mean that you want to defeat the other person or you want to make this person in a disadvantaged position. Actually, it's the opposite. How the person can benefit from you being in the position of power.